Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light the shit up. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light the shit up.
Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of what Deku had admin commands. One sec, let me move my seat. Oh, for God's sake. There we go, that's better. Anyway, yeah, this is part 2 of what Deku had could use admin commands. The like goal for the next part is 75 likes, and let's just jump straight into this. Last time we left off was with Deku at the UA entrance exam, and he actually not only saved Uraraka, actually sent a warning to Shigaraki with an attack. I'm just going to leave it from that, jump in from there. All the heroes and students rushed down to them, making sure they was okay. But before they could get there, Deku had somewhat disappeared, teleporting out. He was just thinking about what them villains wanted, what could they want, and how dangerous it is being a hero, but he wasn't afraid. Oh, sorry guys, I just don't really want to record right now. I feel really sick. Oh, I'm sorry, I feel really... No, I'm just going to push through and go to bed. Anyway, yeah, and he just thought about how it's his job to protect everyone and how he will do it great. But with that, he goes home and just lays down. The next day the next week, he's going to his first day of UA. He walks into school, and it's pretty amazing. He gets to his class, and when he opens it, everyone freezes and stops and looks at him. They all rush towards him, asking him questions. What's your quirk? How did you do that? Blah, blah, this, blah, that. But Deku just tells them that their teacher's waiting to talk to them and they should sit down, which they actually all do. And Aizawa sits up. Him and sort of curious to ask questions, but doesn't, as he's clearly understood that Deku didn't want to answer any. Announces that they were going to go do a fitness exam test, and Uraraka says, "What about the entrance assembly?" And Aizawa gives the speech. "If you want to be a hero, we don't have time for entrance assemblies. You need to prioritize your time as much as possible and all that." So they go out to the field and they get told to chuck the ball, and since Deku was first, he chucks it. And he used admin commands of saying telekinesis, and he flew the ball outside of the atmosphere. It was amazing and everyone was shocked. Oh, sorry guys, oh my god, I just screwed it up when I record and my entire body's saying stop recording. Oh. But then Bakugo went, Uraraka went, and Deku got first on everything. And Mineta got expelled and got replaced with Shinso. And then the next day they have their students versus villains test, which is the same as canon. I'm not being bothered to change it. And the fight begins. Deku starts walking towards Bakugo, actually using a stealth skill he used. He used an admin command called stealth. No, he used invisibility. And he was walking around and he finally found Bakugo. He stayed quiet until he appeared right in front of Bakugo and actually pushed him, and then reappeared to go around Bakugo, but Bakugo was ready to fight. He used an explosion and flew towards Deku, and Deku used his strength enhancement command and grabbed Bakugo and slammed him into the wall. Bakugo put his hand up ready to use explosion, and Deku just says, "God mode." Deku has certain commands like this that are insanely overpowered, but he has a time limit, but it's slowly increasing as his power does. With God mode, he can be invulnerable for an hour, like unkillable as well, so the explosion does no damage to him, and he gets an insane strength boost from it. He punches Bakugo, sending him flying through a wall and unconscious, then ties him up. He uses his insane new speed to sprint up to Ida and starts attracting her. Yukara dives to the bomb. Ida tries using his turbo kick to stop her, but Deku just flexes and actually catches it. This just breaks Ida. How can someone their age have so much more power than them? And he's from an elite family of heroes. But this gets ignored and everything else goes the same. Deku over time slowly understands the system more and more, and how it benefits him. He can create food with it. He can literally create anything. But at the same time, he just needs to use his imagination. But it's also unknown, which makes it dangerous. So Deku doesn't abuse it like a lot of people would, like I would, even I admit. But at the same time, you're slowly getting more and more comfortable with use, as been seen. Where as a kid, yeah, he'd be able to dodge your attacks, and now he's literally sending people flying through walls. He's getting more comfortable. which he should. And he slowly starts understanding the system more. It's as if it has its own personality. And he also sees that there's ways to somewhat seemingly merge, but he ignores it for now. And he gets ready for a school trip to the USJ. And the day finally comes when he goes on the trip. And he's just sitting on the bus, slowly thinking, testing out new skills, new combos, new commands that he thought of, and they're all working. Deku's starting to wonder if his skill is actually just whatever I ask for, I get. But he doesn't have time to think about that as they finally arrive at the USJ. Everyone's so amazed at it, and Kirishima even yells out, "Wow, you actually bought real villains." And this alerts Deku, Aizawa, and number 13. But Deku's first preparation is making sure his entire class is safe, which he does by creating a shield. And then he jumps out of the shield himself and goes to start fighting, keeping his entire class locked away, but safe. Deku is easily bodying these villains, like using telekinesis, shield, like speed at 10, or like freeze. And then he thought of slash kill, but decided not to use it and use slash unconscious, and he actually ends up knocking everyone he looked at out. But this was another broken skill, and he could only use it like once every minute. So that was a cooldown that he was just on. Deku's, it's what he's noticing every single fight. He gets more and more powerful, more and more in knowledge, more and more battle experience. It seems like his quirk matures, it grows along with him. Which you might think, oh yeah, of course, but people are forgetting how rare and hard quirk evolutions are to get. It's one of the most sought after things in My Hero Academia. Like when someone gets a quirk evolution, it's well known, it's pretty like looked upon because it's really rare. But it seems like Deku's quirk is just constantly evolving, which if I don't even need to like put into words how powerful that is. But over time, Deku starts realizing that this is not normal. They're planning something. Shigaraki looks way too well, he don't know it's Shigaraki, but that villain he saw from before looks way too confident, way too cocky. It's almost like he prepared something different. And that's when he says release the Nomu. And of course, just like canon, it's released, but it's different. It's darker, it's glowing with weird energy, it looks bigger, stronger. And Shigaraki starts laughing like a maniac, mentioning how after Deku's little gift, he made sure this Nomu was extra strong to kill him and All Might. Deku has no regret as he's strong enough to fight this, but he does have a little nag thinking, oh, he needs to be careful. What if he wasn't strong enough and he got his entire class killed because of this? He starts fighting with this Nomu, impressing everyone, and just annoying Shigaraki as he started doing it with grace. While the Nomu was attacking savagely, Deku was dodging like he was dancing, and the blows that he was landing just looked so stylish and like powerful. Everyone who was watching this was just put into a trance. But eventually Deku started speeding up the pace, which everyone went from a trance to just pure impress at Deku's power and speed. And he sped up, until eventually his punches were ripping through this Nomu, which was healing quicker than expected. And that's when it happened. A purple light came from the Nomu and snapped back and actually nailed Deku with a hard punch. This is the first time Deku's felt proper pain like this after his quirk awakened. And he invested into like regen, a permanent regen. He has good regen, so he was insanely quickly like Deadpool. Which he gets up and carries on fighting with the Nomu. But these blows are starting to slow Deku down a bit, which he just takes this as he needs to hit harder as well, which he does. Both the Nomu and Deku start slowing down, but it becomes clear that Deku's pace is starting to outdo the Nomu. That's where the Nomu would land one attack, Deku would get hit by one and hit 3 back. So he was clearly overpowering the Nomu slowly. And that was when he finally did it. He put on instant kill. Dark red energy was radiating from Deku. Yes, this quirk was like a video game, but it also did have its leveling system. And this showed that this skill that Deku was using was insanely powerful. And he actually one-shot the Nomu. It just disappeared, as if it would never existed. No cool animation or nothing. And sorry guys, this one's going to be a short episode. I just don't feel well, something's wrong. I think I've hit my head. And Deku obliterates Nomu, and you're gonna see this next time, guys. I'll probably do a redo of this. Peace out, guys. Bye. Oh, sorry, guys. Oh, my head's killing.